This is the rule from last year that we brought in, and more than happy for clubs to hold us accountable. When there's an odd number in a competition, we use match ratio, and we just wanted to make sure that clubs are aware of that. In the junior grades, they've been fully aware of it, but potentially in female grades or in the under-18 comps, there could be an uneven number, and this is what we use. It's match day formula there is to calculate the fairest way of doing this. So match ratio is now used, and if anyone can see that we're not using it, please put your hand up and we can avoid not having that done at the end of the year. Get it done in the middle of the year or at the start is where it should be done. 2025 football competition rule changes. So a couple of changes there from feedback from clubs. Under-18 grading. So under-18 match points for grading games will no longer carry forward into divisional season. Previously, instead of getting 4 points, they were getting 2. So going forward for this year, there'll be no points coming through. So that's a change that the clubs have asked for. That no percentage from grading game came through anyway, so there's no change there. But just to reiterate that percentage doesn't go through. So if we've got a 14-game season, 4 games of grading, and then it'll be 10 games. We'll start. So round 5 will be of the last 10 games, and then that's what the percentage and points will carry forward. Male reserve grade game. So the last possession rule is no longer in place for the reserve footy. Again, that's from club feedback. If the ball goes out of bounds, the field umpire will ball it up 10 metres in from the boundary line, unless it's deemed out of bounds on the full or deliberate. If AFL Barwon provide boundary umpires, a normal throw-in will occur. The last possession rule will remain in any grades under 16s and below. So the white card rule obviously was introduced last year. Just going through that, we're still in the same mission from last year, that trying to commit to enhance the measures to ensure that the match day environment for all players, coaches, volunteers, umpires and spectators is safe, inclusive and in a positive experience. This AFL Barwon coaching box card policy is established by Rule number 8 coaches and 17.3 of officials of the AFL Barwon Handbook, and set out the objectives of the procedures aimed at addressing unacceptable behaviour directed at umpires from coaching box area. The policy recognises the influence the role of the coaches plays in establishing the behavioural standards of a team, and places the responsibility on that coach to manage the behaviours and conduct of the persons in the coaching box area by the code of conduct provisions. We understand that it can be challenging for coaches and clubs. We have seen some terrific initiatives by clubs where they've roped off and had people remove spectators and other people from the coaches area. And the umpires are also noticing this sort of behaviour has worked really well in trying to identify any bad language or any unacceptable behaviours coming across the boundary line, if it's coming from the coach's box or from a separate source. There's the brief on how it works in terms of the coaching box area, which you can read in the handout that we give out at a later date. And while we're waiting, I just wanted in context about the under-18s. With under-18 footy, it's still classed as underage footy. So if a player is sent from the ground, can they be replaced? The answer is no. So the umpires do a lengthy, I suppose, education piece about this. So in the under-18s, if a player is sent off the ground, they cannot be replaced.